The Symbol Index Moving Average Alerts Indicator, which is a helpful and specialized tool offered for various trading platforms, is available on the TradingFinder website. Traders can easily download the indicator file for both MetaTrader 4 and MetaTrader 5 platforms directly from this section, and to better understand how the indicator works and operates, they can refer to and carefully review the information provided on this page. From the Navigator section, we select the indicator file, and by dragging the file onto the chart, we run the indicator. We enter the Input tab, and in this tab, there are options available to us. In the first input, we can select the currency indices that are available in this section. The interface displays a variety of options, including the USD index, Euro, British Pound, GBP, Swiss franc, CHF, Japanese yen, JPY, Australian dollar, AUD, and Canadian dollar, CAD. In the next input field, you can specify the currency index you want to use. By default, this is set to the USD index, but you may change it to any of the other available indices to suit your needs or preferences. After that, there is a parameter for entering the suffix that brokers sometimes add to trading symbols. This is necessary because, on some brokerage platforms, trading symbols may include extra suffixes beyond the currency codes. For example, in the broker I use, the suffix is underline, so I need to enter that here to ensure the symbols are recognized correctly by the system. The next parameter lets you enable or disable the display of moving averages within both the index and the oscillator. If you set this option to false, the moving average will not appear on the chart. If you enable it, you can then select the period length for your first short-term moving average in the following input field, allowing you to tailor the moving average to your trading strategy or analysis preferences. In the subsequent input fields, you can continue to make further adjustments and configurations as needed, customizing the settings to best fit your individual requirements and trading style. Each of these options is designed to give you greater flexibility and control over how the currency indices and related indicators are displayed and used within the platform. We can enable or disable alerts when the moving averages cross. By default, this option is set to false, which means that unless you specifically change it, alerts will not be triggered when the moving averages cross. If the alerts parameter is set to false, the following options will not be functional. However, by enabling the alerts input, we can, in the next parameter, enable or disable alerts for when two moving averages cross while the candle is still open and hasn't closed yet. If this parameter is set to false, the indicator will wait until the candle closes before sending the alert, ensuring that the alert is only sent after the price action for that period is finalized. But if we set this option to true, it will send the alert even if the candle is still open, allowing you to react more quickly to market movements. In the next parameter, we can enable or disable the display of alerts as on-screen messages, which means you can choose to see a visual notification directly on your chart interface. In the following parameter, we can enable or disable the alert as a sound notification, so you can also receive an audible signal whenever the alert condition is met, providing an additional layer of awareness. In this next section, we can also enable or disable the option for sending alerts to the mailbox. If you choose to enable this option, you need to have completed the email settings in the Tools tab, which is found under Options. In this last section of our tutorial, we can also specify a particular sound file here for the sound alert parameter, which is a useful feature for traders who want to be notified by a specific audio cue. After that, we simply click the Confirm button to proceed. Once the indicator is successfully applied to the chart, an oscillator window will appear at the bottom of the chart, providing a visual representation of the indicator's output. The Symbol Index Moving Average Alerts Indicator is a special and highly practical tool that allows traders to display one of the currencies specified in the input parameters directly on the chart for easy analysis. The orange line on the chart represents the currency index, the red line represents the long-term moving average, and the blue line represents the short-term moving average. Traders can use the crossover of the two moving averages as entry signals or to confirm ongoing market trends, which is a common strategy in technical analysis. Here we can see that the fast-moving average is positioned above the slow-moving average, and the USD index, which is set as the default currency in the indicator's settings, is above both moving averages, indicating an increase in the strength of the dollar index. This suggests that the US dollar is currently gaining strength relative to other currencies. We can also observe that on the GBP-USD chart, the GBP index, or the strength of the British pound against the US dollar, is decreasing, which allows us to predict a possible decline and bearish trend for GBP and to identify the overall price trend. In this section, we see exactly the same pattern repeating, with the crossover of the two moving averages and the upward movement of the dollar index. We then observe that GBP is decreasing and its value relative to the dollar has dropped, confirming the bearish trend for the British pound in this scenario. Well, friends, we've now reached the final part of this indicator tutorial. We'd be happy if you share your comments and suggestions with us in the comments section.